This is the War Brief Daily for May 15th, 2026, covering the Russia-Ukraine theater. Here are the main developments we're tracking. First, Russia has carried out the largest combined drone and missile assault in a 48-hour window since the war began. Second, that strike wave confirms a post-ceasefire escalation pattern, now triggering diplomatic movement inside Europe. Third, we're seeing pressure return along key front lines, alongside an emerging incident at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. First, mass strike activity across Ukraine. This is confirmed. In the early hours of May 14, Russia launched a large-scale attack on Kyiv using drones and missiles. Ukrainian authorities report at least 1 nihoto and 31 injured, with significant residential damage. Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko has declared May 15th a formal day of mourning. Zooming out, Ukrainian President Zelensky confirmed that across May 13 and 14, Russia launched 1,567 drones and 56 missiles. Multiple outlets, including wire services, corroborate those figures. That is a step change in scale. Previous peak nights rarely exceeded 300 to 400 drones. Systems used included Shahed-type one-way attack drones, Kh-101 cruise missiles, and limited ballistic launches. Ukrainian air defenses, Patriot, NASAMS, Iris-T, and Soviet-era systems were active nationwide. Interception rates remain high, but debris and saturation effects still cause fires and casualties. Why this matters? This volume is designed to stretch and deplete Ukraine's air defense network. It's an attrition strategy, forcing expensive interceptors to counter relatively low-cost drones. Second, post-ceasefire escalation and diplomatic fallout. This is confirmed. A U.S.-brokered three-day ceasefire earlier in May expired without extension. Within days, Russia resumed large-scale strikes, first on May 13th, then the Kyiv attack overnight. Ukraine assesses this as a deliberate pattern: pause, regroup, then escalate. This is now the third observed instance of that cycle in the war. On the diplomatic side, Hungary has summoned the Russian ambassador. This is significant. Hungary has historically been one of Moscow's more sympathetic EU partners. This move signals a potential shift on NATO's eastern flank. Third, the frontline picture and Zaporizhzhia. Mixed, confirmed, and emerging. On the ground, fighting remains concentrated along the Kostiantynivka-Druskivka axis, and the Lyman-Slovyansk Ukrainian General Staff reports continued Russian assaults with claimed repulses. No major has changed hands. However, recent assessments indicate Russia may be reversing a brief period of territorial loss seen in April. At the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, Russian-installed authorities report 2 ahoto from a Ukrainian drone strike near the facility. This is a single-source claim from Russian-controlled management. The IAEA has not confirmed details. There are no reports of radiation release. This remains an emerging situation. What to watch next? Monitor whether Ukraine's interception rates hold under continued high-volume attacks. Watch for signs of interceptor shortages or coverage gaps. Track satellite confirmation of infrastructure damage. Look for additional European diplomatic responses, and watch closely for IAEA updates on Zaporizhzhia. Those are your key updates for May 15, 2026.